We're going to give you a two-part series. So this is the first part. Stay tuned for part 2 in about a few more days. Jerry Brown here with Jerry Brown Travels.
Right here.
How did we end up in Mexico? And a lot of people are curious about that. And we thought we'd maybe explain to you how we ended up living in Mexico. Do we like Mexico or don't we like Mexico? Well, first of all, we've been here how many years, Lori?
Now 17 years.
So I would say we like Mexico in that regard. And if you don't know, maybe we have made other videos about this. We lived in Hawaii for 30 years, somewhere in there. And we both had businesses there, quite successful, I should say, for little businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And but we can never see ourselves retiring there. We wanted to choose another place. Well, one of it was economics. I mean, that's, that Hawaii is expensive. So we wanted to look for a place that was cheaper. So we scouted out. Actually, what we did, we took off for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we traveled around the world. And we're looking for a place that had, low cost of living, good health care, being around expats, people that speak English. And we didn't care where it would be in the world because 17 years ago, we weren't so concerned about, say, medical care that we are now. What was happening was we got to a point where we actually had lost half of our portfolio. And so we really were in survival mode, and we needed to look for a place that we could live on my Social Security,
Mm-hmm.
which was $1,250 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Lori's 7 years younger than I am, so she wasn't collecting Social Security. What we ended up costing us for the first 3 months, it cost us $1,050 a month.
Yeah, with everything.
Everything, huh?
Everything, with the food, with the housing, with, gasoline or electric. That cost us about $1,500 a month. That was, I kind of like, wow, this is very good, living here. But back then, it very limited, We can't go into the restaurant eat. So even we go to the plaza, we have to pack our sandwich and pack our food.
Yeah.
Yeah, we walk everywhere. Walk to Walmart, walk to Lakeside, and
And we remember every Sunday we'd go to the movies.
Yeah, every Sunday we go to the movie. The movie back then it cost about $1.50 each.
Yeah, we would take our own popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
We also take our own drinks, because we're really looking at living here, and could we do it on that Social Security? We had a cute little apartment.
Yeah, we are cute. Then we have a little lake views about, 5 meters long.
Yeah.
And that was, we were so happy.
Let me show you what this unit looked like. 1 bedroom, 1 bath, fully furnished, all the utilities. At that time, $350 is what we were paying. Small little sitting area out here with a television. And then the kitchen here, very small, but has all the appliances, all the utilities, and even a lake view outside that window. Now the master bedroom, very small bedroom here, nice closet space. The door goes into the bathroom there. And also, it was very clean, light, and airy. Small bathroom. Now this unit is $1,250, including all the utilities. So then, economics, that is a real reason most people come here. First of all, that.
Yeah.
We wanted to come to another culture when we were looking around the world. We didn't want to go back to the United States. There was no culture there. And Mexico gives us that, and we really likes that. We participate in the activities that are around here, the parades and ceremonies and whatever it is. So that gives us a real rich experience on a day-to-day basis of the culture and the people and how beautiful they are. That, I think, is a soul for us, that we resonate with the people. Economics are great. Another thing that we were looking for was healthcare. In our younger years, we didn't think about the need of healthcare. And then little by little, I had an episode, I had afibrillation. And I was rushed up to the hospital in Guadalajara and to see what was happening. I was passing out.
Yeah.
So I got checked out there. And I really felt grateful that we had a place that was close, and we had the facilities, and they had great medical care. So that was really good. And so medical care is a real issue that was a high point for us, and that our quality of life, if you have good medical care and you're in good health, your quality of life is great.
Hawaii is a good place to live, but very expensive. Then we found Mexico, and it's the same kind of weather we have in Hawaii, a little bit cooler, a little bit much better than Hawaii. And the cost to living here is a lot better than live in Hawaii.
Yeah, the weather was a big concern for us, and I didn't want to live in the snow. I wanted to live in a climate where you could wear Bermuda shorts and a t-shirt. And so when we found this area, because we're at 5,000 feet, we figured out that it was much better than living on the coast. Even so, being from Hawaii, and I surfed for years, being around the ocean was quite comfortable. But I chose weather over, let's say, the beach, which is hot and sticky and humidity here in Mexico during the summer months. So actually this area, we did some research, and it's actually one of the 5 best places in the world to live for weather. So weather was very important to us.
I love it here because it seemed like way back in Cambodia, the family all together, and then we stay together, and when we walk on the street and the people here were so polite, I say "Buenos dias," like a good morning. If 3 or 4 or 5 of them, they all say the same, the same time, like "Buenos dias" back to us. That kind of, I love that kind of spiritual living family and friend.
Yeah. So many subtle things living in another culture.
Yeah.
And how warm they are.
The market, you get a fresh produce, like everything just pick up from the farm, like yesterday and today they sell it, and that you can put in your refrigerator. They take about a couple of weeks to be, before to get rotting. But we never leave a vegetable until rotting. I just bought enough for 1 week, and the next week I go again.
Yeah, it's interesting. Again, living in an area, this is much of a village area, and it's living. We're going to the market, the open market. You're dealing with the local people. That's their business. They set up their food stand there, and you're buying it. You end up meeting them, and you're week by week. You know who they are. They know who you are, and I mean it gives you a feeling that you're part of nature. When you go into a regular market in up north, I call it, and it's all packaged foods, with sealed and everything. It's so sanitized, but there's not that connection with the farmer to you, to the merchant to you, and it's just giving and receiving. They're giving, we're receiving, we bring it home, and there's something very spiritual about that, and it gives you much more of a content lifestyle. And that, I think, is really what I really see that we have here. We have a content lifestyle. Now, we have worked hard to do that. We try to make decisions that don't get us in trouble. We live within our means, always have. By thinking out things, planning together, being on the same page of what we want to do, making adjustments for each other's needs and stuff like that. We have carved out a beautiful lifestyle here. Is it for everybody? No. Mexico's not for everybody. There's a lot of challenges living here. especially if you don't know the language. Lori has studied the language. She's pretty good with her Spanish now. In Hawaii, we were very active. We did paddle boarding, we did snorkeling. We belonged to running groups. I ran 26 marathons. Lori ran
14.
14 marathons. We did triathlons together. And we've always done stuff together.
Yeah.
We golfed together, and we tried to have a lifestyle that was balanced. A lot of work. We worked hard. We probably put it on the average of 70 hours a week each, but on the weekends we did not work, and we tried to do fun things. So looking for a place that offered those was very important to us, because we cut out all the beach stuff because we came up in the mountains here, but it had great hiking, kayaking, a lot of activities in the sense of we belong to a hacienda group. What that means is we go out and we find these old hacienda, a gentleman by the name of Jim Cook, who has started this, and he finds these ruins, and they could be 300-400 years old, and it could be part of the building still standing. It just could be the foundation of the building, but we go explore stuff like that, and that was really appealing to us. We have walks along the lake in that area, so we have a lot of activities that we can do. Another thing that in retiring, if you haven't retired, in retiring you want to